So, dear friends, welcome to this section on emotional intelligence as a building block to great leadership. Now, what do you think is common amongst these great leaders? Do you feel it's their IQ? No, my dear friends. Only IQ cannot take you to that leadership position. You need something much more than IQ, which is called emotional intelligence. And we are going to talk about emotional intelligence today. So let's get a little deeper into emotional intelligence. It is a process to become more attuned to both your head and your heart. Let's see how this works. We all know that emotions are generated in the mind. And mind travels on a pathway which connects the heart and the neural brain. As human beings, we always have to balance brain and heart while thinking and while taking decisions. In fact, most of the times, decisions which turns out to be charismatic or dynamic situational management, it rests its origin as intuitional decisions. We talk about gut feeling. And my dear friends, intuitions are confidently triggered by heart and logically processed by brain. That is the head plus heart that we are talking about. Therefore, head and heart coaching and collaboration enhances the emotional quotient inside every human being. So the question is, how do we develop emotional intelligence? Now there are three levels of emotional intelligence. The first level is the outer level, the systems awareness. We need to be aware of our environment. Once we do that, then we first need to improve our self-awareness. We need to know ourselves. Right? And once we know ourselves, then we need to self-regulate ourselves. So just being self-aware is not enough. We need to add that element of self-regulation to empower us to manage ourselves. But just being self-aware and managing ourselves, regulating ourselves is not enough. We need to perform. And for performance, we need to be motivated. So therefore, self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation, these three elements form the first level of emotional intelligence, which is the inner level. Now, we are not individuals. We are social beings. We cannot work individually in isolation. We need to work with teams. We need to work with people because we are social beings and we can't achieve anything on a standalone basis. So we need to interact with people and get into relationships. So there we need two more elements. First, we need empathy, and second, we need social skills. Let me give you another example. Look at these musicians. They are world famous musicians. Pandit Ravi Shankar, Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia, Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma. Can you imagine that level of motivation that is required to play one instrument for over 40 years? Ravi Shankar played only the sitar. Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia spent his entire life playing Basuri. Same thing with Shiv Kumar Sharma. I hear people tell me that I am bored doing the same thing. I want to change. And I think of these personalities. They also could have said, I am bored. I don't want to play the flute anymore. Let me play, say, a keyboard. Or I am bored playing the sitar, let me play something else, let me play the guitar. They were motivated to spend their entire lifetime playing one instrument and getting deeper and deeper into the depths of classical music. Let me show you a video clip of Pandit Ravi Shankar playing for the last time to an audience while he was on life support, he was on oxygen. So how much motivation, was there for this phenomenal musician that he performed such a feat? So motivation comes from the core and is driven by his passion and purpose. And the passion and purpose of all these great musicians were to enthrall the audience, entertain the audience, give peace to the audience. And that's where these people became such large personalities. Let me give you 2 examples to explain what is empathy. First example is of a company called Panera Bread. Reverse of empathy is apathy. And this time the story is from United Airlines. And now we come to the last element, which is social skill. Social skill is friendliness with a purpose, moving people in a desired direction. And this skill makes leaders adept at managing teams, being persuasive and being collaborative. You have understood what emotional intelligence is all about. Now what you need to do to become emotionally intelligent? The first step is that you need to assess your emotional intelligence level. So there are assessments available where you can, assess yourself. It's like a psychometric assessment. You spend 30 minutes and you answer some questions and a report comes out. Now why you need to do that? Because emotional intelligence, as I told you, it helps you, to communicate better. It will help you to reduce your anxiety, and if you are not anxious, you will be able to perform better. It will diffuse conflicts. It will improve your relationships with others. And you will be able to effectively overcome life's challenges. Yeah. So this assessment needs to be done. So once you assess, you will get your scales, your intrapersonal awareness scale, your interpersonal awareness scale, your intrapersonal management scale, and your interpersonal management scale. And you will get an overall number that this is your emotional intelligence, this is your emotional quotient. For example, in this particular case, this particular person, his emotional quotient is 46. So he needs to work on his emotional intelligence. Thank you so much.